Hello Williams family, this is your first of many weekly videos to come out to you guys. After your brick goes up on the outside of the home, it's not going to seem like much is changing on the outside, but a lot will be going on the inside of the home. They've got your drywall already delivered. Man, this house flew fast. I didn't get a chance to do all the videos I wanted to do yet. Okay. Start off on the inside, and I'll go around and do some stuff on the inside of the house, explain a lot of stuff, and then I'll explain some stuff on the outside as well. Some of the quality stuff that we do for construction. These are your light switches here. The first switch here should control, let me see if I can block some of that light so you can see it better. First switch should control the light on the outside, and the second switch should control the foyer light. It should be located right there. They've already got your air ducts installed. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but we use what's called an engineered truss in our ceiling roofs, which is better than the stick-built trusses because, number one, it's more precise. It's an engineered truss that a computer stamps in the location. So it's down to like 1/16 of an inch precise, on top of the fact that there's less material wasted when doing so we can pass the savings on to you guys. We also use southern yellow pine truss number one or better on the roof line, which is one of the strongest woods you can use to support the weight of your roof. And then we use a different wood on your studs. And the reason we use a different wood on your studs is the southern yellow pine can warp without losing any stability or strength. The problem with warping it and using it on your studs on the inside of the house is, with warping, you actually start getting bows in your walls, and we don't want that. So we use an aspen pine on the inside of your walls. Wood is very unlikely to warp, so you don't have to worry about your wall bowing or anything like that. So we use a different wall or wood on the ceiling than we do on the walls, but that's the reason why we do. This green looking material you see on your wood here, it's called a borat treatment. The borat treatment is a treatment that was actually created in Pensacola, Florida, not too far from here, by a guy named Brian Killingsworth, owns Killingsworth Pest Control. And this is a better treatment than what they used to use. They used to use a treatment that they sprayed on the soil before they sprayed the ground, before they poured the concrete. The problem is with the heat in the area, it would cause a lot of evaporation of that treatment they sprayed. This is an oil-based treatment that's soaked into the wood, will last forever as long as you don't pull your wood out or anything in the home, which is the advantage of this stuff. And your home will come with a 1-year bonded warranty with who we have sprayed at the time. I can't remember who. I think it's Superior Bug or Termite Treatment, something like that. But you'll have all that information when we get closer to closing, and that'll be in your closing package at closing as well. We recommend that you keep using that same termite treatment because it's a lot less expensive to continue that termite bond than it is to let it cancel and start a new one with him or with someone else. It's a little hard to give you guys an idea of the depth of the home because of the walls. So I'll show you a lot of the flooring in the house. Actually, we'll show you the inside perimeter of rooms to give you an idea of the size of the room, because when I do a video like this, I say, oh, this is the front bedroom. You go, oh, well, I can't quite tell how deep it is. Trust me, I'm going to go through all that here in a minute. I'm going to go in a clockwise motion of every one of the rooms in the home, so it gives you guys an idea of the layout as you're walking around with me. I'm not just jumping from room to room. This is your dining room, your formal dining room for this room here. You've got electrical connections throughout the home and throughout every room, bedroom, and not what. This is an electrical outlet here. Another one located there. And one over there. I'm sorry, guys, I'm not getting too close because if I get too close, I'll have a light and you won't be able to see what I'm referring to. You've got another one here. Now, your light switch for this room isn't installed yet. In the next video, it should be installed, and I can show you where that's located at. This is the hallway that leads back to the master bedroom and the laundry room. This is your laundry room here. That's going to be where your dryer hookup is and your exterior vent that goes to the roof. And this is your cold water and hot water hookups for your washing machine, as well as the electrical outlet for them. And these are the pipelines for them here. We run what's called a plex piping through our foundation. And the reason we do that is it's a flexible pipe that is meant to bend, which is how we put it actually in the foundation of the home. We don't actually put a bunch of different cuts and breaks and bends and all in it. We're actually a flexible pipe. The advantage to that is you don't have to worry about anything going wrong with the pipe. Some builders like to run them through the attic. And you'll see, like, there's some homes when you walk in, they've got cut-off valves in the garage, and they sell the point of, oh, it's easy to cut it off if you've got a leak, or it's easy to cut it off if you want to cut off water to one room. The problem is, if you ever have a problem with a leak, all those lines running above head will cause extreme damage if they're leaking. You're going to have insulation and drywall coming from the ceiling coming down on the house. And not only will you have to worry about fixing the pipes, but you're also going to have to fix your drywall in the ceiling, and you're also going to have to replace the insulation that fell through. That's the reason we don't do that insulation. It's a lot easier to do it that way, but it also causes a lot more issues if you do have a problem, and it's not as well of an insulation when you're actually just running it through the foundation. Because then nothing can go wrong. It's got concrete around it. Okay, these are your light switches here for the garage and the outside. First switch, which will be right here, will control the lights inside the garage, which you've got one located there, that little black circle. I'll zoom in, because I can't quite get to it with the drywall there. And then we've got another one located right there. The second switch will control the outside lantern lights, which will be on the outside either side of the garage. One there, you can see the little pinhole right there is where the electricals run out for the light there. And another one light right there. The third switch is something that we do that's completely different than any other builder does. We actually wire your light in the attic, so you don't have to get up into the attic and turn a light on. You turn it on down here before you ever go into your attic access. And that's where your attic access is. Those two vertical lines instead of the horizontal ones are where your attic access will be located at. And that white wire hanging down is where that light switch will be located at inside your attic. This is where your circuit breaker panel will be located here in the garage, and that's where your water heater will be located at. That's what those lines, the blue lines, are sticking out for. That's where your exterior meter outlet will be at. And then next to that, you'll have your cable connection, and next to that, you'll be your phone connection. So your cable and phone hookups will be right here on the outside of the home, as well as the electrical connections. This is your ground for the home, which is why that's there, and you'll have a panel access to it in the garage as well. You'll have electrical outlets hooked up everywhere throughout. This looks like you're going to have a spigot on the end. This is where your interior access to the spigot is on the garage, and it'll be on the outside. And then these are all your electrical connections in here. You've got several of them. They'll be able to be more visible when you actually get the drywall up, which won't be probably for another week or two because they still have to put your insulation up. I don't know if they've got their electrical inspection done, but I'm not sure if they're quite done. I didn't see a switch in the dining room. So I don't think they're quite done with the electrical. Once they get done with the electrical, they'll have an inspection done. Then they'll put the insulation up, have another inspection done, then they can put the drywall up. And I'll go over some of that more here in a minute. This is your master bedroom, and they've got your tray ceiling, and I don't know if you guys can quite see the tray ceiling. It's a little hard in the video. It's the two vertical boards that are running around the room with the roof line versus the horizontal ones. Sorry, horizontal versus vertical. I don't know what I'm talking about. The horizontal ones are for your tray ceiling, and the vertical ones are the truss lines for the roof itself. We use, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I'm going to walk around, I'm going to show you. We use what's called an oriented strain board on the exterior of your home. Looks kind of like pressed wood, but it's a lot better than pressed wood. It is a lot better than plywood, which is why we use it. We were the first ones in the area, maybe one of the first ones in the entire country to use it. It is an engineered wood. Very much similar to the process that you're looking at for your trusses. It's an engineered and precise wood that they put in about a 4-foot thick section of wood chips in the machine, and it presses and glues them down together with a certain material they use, all copywritten, down to where it's a 3/4 inch board. The advantage to oriented strain board, or OSB as it's called in the construction process, is it is a water resistant, moisture resistant board that you can literally soak in water and not have to worry about it coming apart. You can literally take it and put it in a Tupperware container full of water and leave it for a week and it will not come apart. Versus plywood, which has veneer levels of veneer on it, and glue in between the two will actually start to separate after a day or two completely soaked in water. And it doesn't have space in it like plywood does. If you cut a piece of plywood and look down, you'll see air gaps in between them where you can allow bugs to get in, you can allow moisture to get in and separate the layers of veneer, versus this stuff can be cut and soaked in water and not have to worry about it coming apart. This is the best piece that you can use for construction on the exterior of a wall, which is why we use it. And I'll go over it a little bit, what's on the outside of that here in a minute when I go on the outside of the home and show you some stuff out there. I know we talked to you guys when you were out here and looking at the site of the home when we did our pre-construction briefing, but we use what's called a monolithic foundation. It is a commercial grade foundation that we use. And I'll come back to that here in a second. I want to go into the master closet and show you that first. This is going to be your linen closet when you walk into the master bathroom. light switch, and should be your exterior vent here, or switch above the shower, I'm not quite sure. This is your walk-in closet here. A very good sized walk-in closet, and like I said, unfortunately guys, I have to show you the floor. You won't be able to get the idea of the depth perception. This is your soaker tub in your separate shower. We don't have the doors on the shower yet. And then this is your water closet, which will have a door on it, and it'll have a light switch and an exterior vent in the room, and that's your exterior vent there. It's your light above the shower, and this is your exterior vent for the room here to pull the steam out, so you don't have to worry about, you know, well, a lot of different things the steam can cause issues with. This second switch here should be for the one above the light, and this switch here should be for the light in the bathroom, and that second switch should have been the vent. Okay. As I walk out this area, the monolithic foundation is a one giant pour foundation. It is used in commercial grade buildings, and it is a lot stronger than a conventional stem wall foundation a lot of the builders do, where they put, you know, concrete cinder blocks down and they do a couple different pours at once. Those can create air gaps and cause cracks in the foundation and cause areas where bugs and everything else can crawl up through and cause an issue in the home, which is why we use the monolithic. It's a lot harder to pour monolithic, but it's the best way to go. That's why Mr. Henry's been doing it since day one, and he was the first builder in the area to do it. Some have followed suit, but a lot of other builders still use that stem wall because it's a lot easier pour for them. Okay, this is your kitchen. To give you a breakdown, these are all going to be electrical outlets here. These white wires you see are going to be your under cabinet lights here, these white wires. If I'm remembering correctly, this should be your under cabinet lighting. This is where your range will be located at, this wire that's hanging out. And this plug up here is for your, sorry, I'm drawing a blank here, for your microwave. It plugs into the wall behind the cabinets, and you'll see that when we do the walkthrough. Another under cabinet lighting, electrical outlet. This is where your refrigerator water will hook up, and your electrical outlet for that. This is your wraparound bar here. Your light controls will be over here, this big box. You'll have cabinets through here, as well as under cabinet lighting there and there. This is where your water hookups will be for your dishwasher, as well as for your sink and your faucet. Now you see two different plugins here. This first plug-in, as you can see, is for your dishwasher. The second one is for a garbage disposal. We do not install a garbage disposal in your home. Reason being is it'll void the warranty on your septic tank. After your 1 year warranty is up on your septic tank, you are more than welcome to install a garbage disposal. We recommend that if you do so, you make sure you buy one that's specific for garbage, for septic tanks. They make one that's specific. It's got extra gears and teeth inside to grind everything up a little bit better. But you can do it. This is where your wraparound bar will be located at. This is where your eat-in area of the kitchen is, and this is where your pantry will be located at. And your bay windows here in the eat-in area. And you'll have a light fixture right there, as well as you'll have several other light fixtures here in the kitchen as well. Okay, to go over your drywall. Okay. Most builders use a conventional drywall, which is, as you can see here. Let me turn the camera over so you can probably read it a little bit better. This is called regular drywall, which is the stuff that we use on the walls just like every other builder. Every other builder uses this on the ceiling except for us. We use what's called the sag check or fiberglass reinforced. And the reason we do that is conventional drywall hung on a ceiling has potential to sag or droop because of the weight of hanging upside down. The fiberglass reinforced stuff will not do that, which is why we use it. It's not code for us to do it, but we do it anyway because we feel like it's going to help the aesthetic appeal of your home. It can help with the resale value of your home, and it can keep the value of your home up regardless of whether you sell it or not, for whatever reason you may have, for wanting to have it appraised or anything along those lines. Just one of the many steps that we do to do stuff like that, and there's a couple other things that I'll go over and show you as well. Speaking of which, I will come to them here in a minute. These set of switches here, one will control the light in the living room, second one will control the fan on the light in the living room, and then this one is the light hallway switch here. I'm going to come into this front bedroom here, which has the 10-foot ceilings. I believe this is the largest of all the bedrooms. Has a closet in it. This is where your closet will be located. Every bedroom in the house is braced and wired for a ceiling fan, whether or not you pick to have us install one. Not code, but this is something, once again, that we do that we feel helps you and the resale value of your home. If you never install the ceiling fans, this is something that's great that the next homeowner may love. The first switch itself will control the ceiling fan. The second one will be cut off and have wire nuts on it if you don't use it. But as you can see, the ceiling fan is braced for it, and the wire's already up there to put a ceiling fan in. This is where your cable connection is in this room. You see the black wire that's hanging down. You've got an electrical outlet next to it. I'm going to come to the windows here and show you some information that I really like about our home that's different when it comes to our windows. It's got a 4-way seal. Most builders won't even do a 4-way seal. They'll do a 1- or 2-way seal on your windows. On our windows, we use what's called this black wrap. And I'll show you this on the outside of the house as well. And I'll go over a little bit more of this black wrap after the brick's installed and some more information regarding it. This is a black, thicker than a normal plastic bag wrap that we use around all the windows and on the base of the bricks, and I'll go over that a little bit later. Then we use what's called this plastic dowel wrap that we wrap the entire home in. And this is to protect the oriented strand board from getting moist or wet or anything like that, or allowing moisture to get into your home. And we wrap those 2 layers inside the window before we install the window. Those are the first 2 layers. Then once we install the window, we use almost like an aluminum tape. It's a very thick, almost tar-like tape that we put on the outside of the window to help seal that window once again. And the 4th layer that we do is a caulk sealant that we do around the window after the brick's already been installed around it. So we're the only builder I know that has a 4-way seal on the window, because we want to make sure that for whatever reason you have no issues whatsoever with your windows leaking inside the home. There's a lot of things that we do that not a conventional builder can say that they do. Even though we are one of the most cost-efficient homes on the market, we are also the best built home on the market, and I have no problem saying that and standing behind it. So we walk into this bedroom here. Set of switches are going to be on this wall. Walk around here and take a look. Oh, hang on a second. I'll come back to that here in a minute. Once again, first switch would be for the light. Second one would be for the fan. This is your closet here for this room. Once again, I'm showing you the floor so you get an idea of the size of the closet, because it's a little hard to show it otherwise. And you've got electrical outlets every 6 feet in this room, just like in every other room in the home. And your cable connection will be on the middle of this wall right there. That's your cable connection, electrical outlet. I'm going to come into the bathroom and explain a little bit more about drywall with the bathrooms and how they work with us. Well, let me show you the linen closet first. This is the linen closet across from the bathroom, and a light switch for the hallway light. In every bathroom above and around the showers, we use what's called a green board drywall. It wraps around up here. It's another thing that we do above and beyond code for a drywall to help protect the home quality of your home, the construction of your home, to make sure you don't have any problems down the road. Once again, it's not code, but it's something we do above and beyond. The green board is a moisture-resistant, mold-resistant board that we install around the top, around the baseboard, where steam and moisture can get up there. We do it above the bathtub in the master bathroom and above the shower as well. It is literally called a green board because the board is literally green. I think blue board might be a little bit better because it is, like I said, moisture resistant. But you'll be able to see it when we install it. It looks considerably different than normal drywall. And you'll be able to see it after we texture it as well, because it'll still look green until we paint over it. But that is something that we do, once again, above and beyond code in your bathrooms. Okay, first switch in the bathroom here will control the lights in the bathroom. Second one will control the vent, which is located right there. Third one will control the light over the shower itself, which is right there. This is where your vanity will be. You'll have a mirror located about this high, and the lighting above the vanity here. And this is your electrical outlet inside the bathroom here. This is where your toilet will be located at. And we'll come into the back bathroom here. Back bedroom, sorry. Once again, the first one's for light switch, second one's for ceiling fan. Like I said, if you guys didn't have one installed with us, doesn't matter. The room's already going to be braced and wired for one. Your cable connection in this room's going to be located right here. And then you'll have electrical outlets throughout the room, which is going to be right next to the cable outlet. One located there, one located there, one there, and then one on the other side of the 2 closets. This is going to be an open closet that runs the length of the room. It's not overly deep, but as you can see, it's going to have a huge amount of storage space. And you'll have 2 doors to access it. The first one will be here, and the second one will be located there. Now guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out the back sliding glass door if I can get to it. I have to walk around the, well, one more thing before I forget. This is where your HVAC unit will be located at. And your air conditioning vent filter there will be located there. But we'll go over a little bit more of that once it gets installed, and I'll explain some upkeep information on it. We'll go through all that stuff as a walkthrough as well, but I like to give you a little bit more information beforehand. And before I forget, these are your built-in shelves when you first walk in. That's where your light will be located at. And I'm going to go out the back door here and go over some different stuff along the outside of the home to give you guys some more information. Okay. Speaking about that dowel wrap and that black piece, you can see they're all around here. Like I said, this dowel wrap is to help keep moisture out of the house or home and keep moisture off that oriented strain board, or OSB as it's called. These little metal pieces here are what's called brick straps. When they lay the brick, these will go in between the bricks before they put the mortar on, so the bricks are actually tied to the house. And there's actually a brick ledge, so that your brick's not sitting directly on the ground, it's sitting on the foundation itself, and you can see it here. That's it right there. The bricks will literally be stacked on here, up the way at the house. Now, at the bottom of the bricks, about every 4 or 5 bricks, the mortar will be missing in between at about this level. And what that does is, for whatever reason, if there's any kind of condensation buildup between, any kind of vapor buildup, sorry, between the brick and this dowel wrap, it'll actually run down this wrap, hit the black wrap, and come right outside the brick in that little hole. It is code, not something you really have to worry about, but it's code to make sure that if anybody, you know, for whatever reason there was any kind of wall or buildup behind the house, it would make sure it would go through. And you're going to get continuously vented soffits around the home. And I'll show you those once they go up and explain how those work. This is that foil tar tape I was telling you about. You can see there, let's pull it back a little bit, that's the tar tape that they use. It's very sticky that they put on around the base of the window. This has got the 3 seals on it already. And then, like I said, they'll put the brick in and then put a caulk sealant around the brick itself on the window on the base of the home. Let me walk around and see if they've got your compressor outside or not. I don't believe they do, so I can go over some more of your air conditioning stuff, but I don't believe they do. That's where your water spigot is going to be located there. I'll put brick around that. No, they don't have it up yet. Okay. And that red pipe sticking out is actually for your hot water overflow, and these are going to be connected to your outside vents for your air conditioning unit. This is where your outside circuit panel will be located at, as well as your cable and phone connections. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to shoot me a phone call or send me an email at any time. I'd be more than willing to answer any questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend.